What's up, guys? My name is Gabriel Beltres, coming to you straight from Hawaii, my little domicile, I guess you could call this. I just want to make this quick video with you for you guys, talking about change, right? It's very important to be adaptable and be able to change, right? But a thing that you're going to learn as you watch this video is how to change on command, right? That's one thing that people don't usually learn. People don't usually know how to do, right? Everybody has things that are ingrained with them, like something that basically stuff that you have learned throughout your life that has been ingrained within your life that this dictates how you live now, right? But the message that I want to portray to you guys is you don't have to be that way. It's not how you should live your life. It's not how things have to be. There's something that you don't like. People don't consciously think of in their head, and that's how you can learn things. Right? Everybody learns things differently. Some people learn things faster, some people learn things slower. But subconsciously, everybody learns things at a very rapid rate. And how do I know this, right? When you're dreaming, right, you go into a state where you have rapid eye movement. This is called your REM sleep. While you're in your REM sleep, that's where your brain basically goes through the process of processing everything you have learned throughout the day, everything you have learned or encountered or whatever the case might be, processes everything like that very fast, right? That's why they call it rapid eye movement. And in that time, you might think you're asleep for a good 3-4 hours, and in actuality, you're asleep for maybe 5-6 minutes, if not seconds, right? That's how fast your brain can actually process information. A lot faster than what you think and what you think you're capable of. And it's the same speed that your brain actually learns something, commits it to a habit, right? And you're probably saying, well, no, my brain is different. My brain doesn't do that. And let me give you this example. Have you ever seen people that are afraid of something, like have some kind of phobia, right? Of what is a phobia, first off? Phobia is just something that basically encouraged a strong emotion and an action, something that took place, an event that took place that had a strong emotion behind it, which your brain immediately just ingrained it as something, hey, you were terrified of this, and so on and so forth. But there's a difference. I want you to keep this in mind. There's a difference between a phobia and there's a difference between like an anxiety attack, right? A phobia is instant. You have a natural response whether you're thinking about it, whether it's happening, whatever the case might be. You see it through your own eyes. An anxiety attack is more like it's progressive, like you're in the situation for too long and then it happens, right? So those are two different things. But that's how fast your brain can commit something to memory, or can commit something to a habit. It's just an instant, something backed up by emotion, and it just happens, right? And as you watch this video all the way through the end, I'm going to show you how you can actually not necessarily trick yourself, but consciously dictate what you commit to memory and what you commit to habit, so that you can make positive habits and habits that will actually help you in the long run, and you can commit something to your subconscious so it happens naturally. Because you don't go around looking at every single door and re-recognizing that it's a door, right? Your brain goes through the stages of generalization where it just looks at something and it already generalizes what it is, right? You don't look at every single door and realize, hey, it's a new door, even though in actuality it is a new door, right? You go to another person's house, you visit a building, whatever the case, it is a new door, but your brain already matches it to something in your head saying, oh, it's a door, right? Every time you shake somebody's hand, you are shaking their hand for the first time, but in your head you're already thinking you're just shaking hands. Even though it's a new person, new grip, new feeling, new shake, new duration, your brain already generalizes it as, hey, you're just shaking hands, right? So as simple as that concept could be of generalization and the fact that your brain can do things quickly, I want you guys to think of this, right? What brings about change, right? And I want you to really think about this. What brings about change? It's narrowed down to like about 3 different things. 3. First one, the person gets sick and tired of their situation, sick and tired of their position in life, and they decide, you know what, I have had enough and I am going to change, right? Then there's number 2, where a person see something from a new perspective or presented something from a new perspective, and invokes change in that sense. And third but not least, it's somebody presented with something that's different and unique and intriguing to the point where they adapt to it. Right? Those are the three ways people usually, like more commonly, invoke change in their life. Right? Now, I want you to take something in your life, whether it's something good, something bad, right? And I want you to think about it. Think about, you know how what? Let's do this exercise real quick. I'm gonna run you through this exercise, and it's gonna help you get a better perspective. And I want you to think a lot broader than just the exercise. I want you to think of what you can apply this to and how you can use it to influence your life and influence the things you want to do. All right? So real quick, I want you guys to close your eyes if you would. I'll close my eyes with you. And I want you to think of a situation, right, where you failed, right? Whether it's financially, whether it was at your job, whether it was at a team sport, whether it's failing a family member, whatever the case may be. Just think of a situation where you have failed, and I want you to think of that emotion, right? How it made you feel, right? How you felt probably depressed. Like me personally, I felt sad. I felt down. I felt like my shoulders got heavier. I felt like my ears kind of closed up, and all I could hear is my self-talk inside telling me, man, why did this happen? Why did I do this? Why did I cause this to happen? I want you to see the darkness in your eyes, how everything seems to get darker as you feel more saddened and more like down and depressed. I want you to feel how heavy your body feels. I want you to feel that deep breath that you keep taking that is just kind of like a sigh. I want you to hear that deafness, that little almost muted sound, that muffled sound, and hear yourself processing that information in your head. Okay? Now while you're here and you're thinking of this and you're thinking of this feeling, you're seeing it in the moment as it's happening, I want you to go ahead and step away from it and see it from a distance. See it like if you're seeing it from across a 100-foot room. Like you're in one corner and that event is happening in the opposite corner. Right? I want you to think of it and focus on it and see how you are reacting to this moment. I want you to, whatever your first reaction is, usually it's going to be something like, oh, this is silly. Why are you even feeling that way? Or you're going to see it in a different way than what you are actually experiencing it in that other corner. Right? I want you to take that feeling that you feel right there, which is probably something along the lines as almost kind of like an embarrassed, like that you even felt that way, right? And I want you to just to see that image of that event happening in the corner and push it as far away as you can as possible. Push it into the background, almost to where you can barely see it. Do you feel that relief that's happening? You feel that change, like not necessarily a change, but you feel that better feeling, that happiness, that more relief, right? I want you to hold on to that relief and continue to push that event deeper, deeper into the darkness until you can't even see it anymore. Now, I leave you with this choice. You can do one of two things now. You can either go back and find that event and keep reliving your misery and keep reliving the same event and that same bad feeling and pretty much stay in the same conscious awareness that you are now and not progress and move forward. Or you can choose to leave it in the darkness, leave it in the distance, and go forth with the feeling that you have right now and make the change in whatever event so it doesn't happen again. That's a choice you have to make right now. Just like I did, I made the choice. When I had my eyes closed, I was thinking of the event of basically how I felt after I found out that I wasn't going to be in the military service anymore, and I had to figure out. I felt like I felt like I let my family down, let my wife down, and that I wasn't going to be able to provide for us, and I wasn't going to be able to push forward and make a difference so that people would see me still as that military service member, right? My family kind of put me on a pedestal, and not that it mattered that they put me on a pedestal, but I put myself on a pedestal as well. I felt like I had to be the example. I had to set the example and be that change in my family so that they can correct whatever situation they were in, but I could also support my family and be that role model for everybody, right? And then once I started to bring myself away from that, I realized that, hey, I have my life, I have my trials, I have my tribulations. I don't need to prove myself to anybody. I've done the things that I've done, and I have achieved the things that I have done. And I'm only going to achieve more, right? There's no mistakes. There's only lessons to be learned. And there's what you do with those lessons that actually going to progress you forward. That's what I was thinking as I was pushing that into the darkness. And when I pushed it away, I decided to make that change, right? That's how I got onto this online business, and I started to provide in a different way for my family, so they didn't have to worry. Keeping myself constantly learning, reading books, growing personally. That's how I still set the example for my family. I made the decision to change, and I kept forward with that decision to change until I made it a reality, until it was a concrete thing that I can see in front of me that I have made that change. And that's what I extend on to you, to make that change. If you want to see the change that I have made and see the change that people are making, thousands of people are making nowadays, financially and basically freedom, just a sense of freedom, go ahead and click that link and I'll show you what I have been doing. And if it's not for you, so be it. But I advise you to click that link so that you can at least know of what is possible and what you can achieve when you set your mind to it. Once again, this has been Gabriel. Thank you for watching this video. Go ahead and give it a like, give it a share. Share it with your friends so they can be aware and know what's going on too. And go ahead and click that link at the bottom right there so you guys can move forward with yourselves. See you guys later.